Anybody else on? Hello? Hey, yeah.
Hello.
How are you going?
I'm doing great. Just finishing the documents that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, thanks. I've just told Louis that you're going to be sending them across to him shortly.
Oh, are those for Louis?
Yeah, he needs them so we're changing all our power utility providers.
I see. So that's why. All right, no problem.
Yeah,
I'll be
that's
sending them to him. But some of them you need signing, so I have to send to you.
okay. Then just send them to me and tell me what I need to do. Do I have ability to sign on signable?
Yeah, you don't need an account to sign something. What we need is another account to type something on to create that document.
Maybe ask somebody to get it for you in advance so that when you send it to me, you don't have to wait for anyone. I don't know if you want to ask someone, or I don't know how you do it, but just checking.
No, it's just you. You just need to sign it. So when I send it, you just sign it and then it's done. What I can do is to expedite the process is when you sign it, automatically sends to Louis.
No, let's send it back to you so you're in charge of it. Yeah.
All right.
Now that we've done the contracts, it's probably going to be the most important thing we do in the next 24 hours. Yeah. Right. So let's talk HR with the amazing Enzo. Where do you want to start? Yeah, I think you started this meeting. So, Enzo, did you adjust that page I sent you, mate?
Yep. I actually had a conversation with Kath earlier about the keenness and everything and all the other responsibilities that they have
So
for
did you say
management.
did you say you shared that?
To Kath.
Oh, you shared it with Kath. So it's Kath working on it.
Yeah, she's having a look at it.
Oh, fine. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, she's the manager of that team, so she should have some form of eyes on approval. Okay, yeah. Fine. Yeah. So you wanted, we've got a call at 4:00. A call just to appease everybody and make sure they all know what we're trying to do as a team. So I'm ready for that call. I think you wanted to ask me maybe another couple of questions like, are we replacing? So I think obviously the answer is going to be yes. However, it comes down to however quickly you want to replace. So it's not about me. But I tell you what, why don't you open that Excel sheet that you and I, not you and I, that you, Enzo, put together. I don't know if you've seen it. And then we can just talk about, you sounding very busy. So you're not giving me any guidance on this call. Okay,
what Excel sheet are we talking about? Because I have a lot of Excel sheets.
Okay. So
what's that? Responsibility matrix.
Yeah. So
when was this created? I've never seen this before.
Just now. Just today. Today.
Just now. All right.
Yeah. So
okay. So what do you plan to do with this? Sorry.
Yeah, let's stop again. Well, let's just pause. Hold on. You called for an HR meeting.
Yes,
quickly
but
before
not
the
this.
3:00. No, but again, but you weren't talking. You were doing something. So I asked him to have a look at it so that when we talk about.
I wasn't doing something. I was listening to you guys. I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, so let's start again. Okay. I've got a landlord trying to reach me. Not going to happen. So we called for a meeting to discuss staffing and guests and new people and all that. Great. But while you're focused on something, it's often when we talk about someone that says Gian, I'm going to get the name wrong, Emma, the person that has just resigned. Where is that? Gian. So often it's just nice to have the matrix in front of me so I know who we're talking about if we want to bring up another person's name. And that's why this little list just put together for me, nice and easy, so I know who we're talking about. Yeah.
I see.
Cool. So you wanted to talk to me a bit about some, not necessarily a resignation, which we've received, but you might want to talk about when are we rehiring and all of that type of stuff. So what would you like to start with?
Okay, the first thing that I want to start with is to discuss the people who are leaving. So it's not just Gian. Shen is also leaving. Ella is also leaving. So let's
So-
mark them in this.
Let's highlight them.
Please highlight them somehow. Shalina Alinsangan. Yeah.
Okay, so just copy them in red or something, anything else. Cool, well done. Yeah.
She's also full-time. So when we say full-time, it means 40 hours a week at least.
Okay.
So just as a reminder, retainership, Enzo, Ryan, Axel is at least 20 hours a week. All right. So these three people are leaving because of the conditions that are happening right now in the company. So just establishing that. Let's put a marker on Axel as well, but a different marker. So
Sorry, hold on.
Mhm.
I appreciate the pointedness,
Mhm.
but when we say about the conditions, okay, that's quite a statement to make. It's about the perceived conditions that's going on due to either trading conditions, lack of communication, the inability for us to pay rents, whatever. There are multiple different reasons about why. Agreed. Yeah. I'm assuming you're saying yeah. Okay. All right, so cool. So now you're going to highlight those three who are leaving, and now you want to highlight Axel for something else?
Yes. So right now, I want to highlight Axel because we still don't have any use for him right now. So I want to highlight him as a special condition case, right? I also want to highlight Kathy. Where is Kathy here?
I'm just not here. Oopsie.
Can I ask a quick favor before we carry on? Can
Mhm.
we just put all the finance in one section, paralegal into another, guest into another? Is that
Okay. Yeah, that's
Let's-
something I can do.
let's just quickly split it out so we know which teams we're talking about, where we're under pressure,
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This would be guest manager.
I had a chat with while you're doing that. I had a chat with, where is her name? Where is her name's not there? Oh, there. I had a chat with Nell, Nelle, in guest management.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, eh? Speaks well, fast, efficient.
He
Very
does.
good. Very good. I was suitably impressed, actually.
Nell has always been performed the best amongst our guest managers in terms because we do a lot of assessments for them, and she's always Nell's always ranked first.
Okay.
I'm very confused.
Let's make it. Is that it? Fine. Let's make a couple of little notes against it. How often do you do performance management with him?
Usually performance management happens multiple times. So the first one is done before 6 months is over. So that's I'm sorry. The first one is the first month joining the company. Second one is 6 months because that's where we decide whether we're gonna keep them or we're gonna let them go. And then it's annual after that.
Cool. And when you say when we decide, who is that we?
That is the team, their boss, who is their immediate supervisor, and then the rest of Sojo, whoever is working with them. I'm just there to facilitate.
So who makes a decision on someone like the HR meeting with someone like Kath Avilon?
So since this is a smaller team now, then that would just be first we have to interview the people that she's working with. So an interview with her team because she's the team lead. Check out how she's her leadership, how's her daily life. Then we have to check the other departments. So we have to talk to Pauline, because Pauline works with her closely. We have to talk to probably accounts, especially during the payouts. And
Yeah.
then we will talk to a few of the housekeeping team, external or internal. In the past, we used to have internal. And then the decision is going to be made, and then with me as well, because I work closely with her, and then this decision is going to be made, all of those connected. Since you're part of the team now, we're going to have to talk with you, since you work with her. In the past, it was literally just her team. We need to talk to Kelly and Angela. They're previous members of the team. And then housekeeping, some of the housekeeping, a representative like Alex or Sarah. And then the decision would be made by, back then it would be James, or then it would
Okay,
have
so
been
fine. So it's
Paul
quite involved.
and Michael.
Is there a standard template? Is there a standard template that we use?
We do have a template for, we still use the same for like performance assessment, and then we just decide there. Like we just assess their performance. If there are issues, multiple issues, that's what just we used to do. Right now, of course, with a smaller team, it's not, it's going to be different. It's going to be a lot faster.
Yeah,
But in
fine.
the past, yeah, it's quite different.
Yeah, fine. I understand that. Okay, fine. So that's how it works. Do we have a date as well when the last meetings were? When are the last get-togethers? Are they done annually, or are they done as a group? Like we all try to do everybody in September, or are they done on their calendar months?
No, it's like an anniversary thing for them.
Anniversary. Fine. Lorenzo, we did put together that list, which is bigger than this one, hey? Which has got starting dates and all of those type of things.
Yeah.
Remember them? Okay.
Yep.
So on there, that anniversary dates, we should be able to pick up whether or not the latest HR review has been done. Agreed. Fine. On that same sheet, won't you please put the template that we use? Okay, just put the link.
Okay.
Cool. And then everybody can read that link beforehand, eh? Everybody gets the link beforehand so they know what they're answering and all that, or do we do it only go through it when we sit with them?
What link?
Okay, so there's the template that you said.
Oh, for performance assessment.
Yep. So normally I know you guys work on links. I don't mind. You can either attach the assessment or attach the links so we know what I can read it. Okay.
I see.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, you've gone all is it me? But you've gone all blurred on
it's on me as well. So it's Enzo's.
Okay, Enzo, you're a blurred person. Oh, there we go. Well done. Okay, so cool. So you've highlighted Danielle, you've highlighted Selena, and you've highlighted Gian. Can you tell us when is Gian leaving?
Next Wednesday. Or this Wednesday.
Next week.
Next week. Oh, yeah, September 30, I think, Gian.
How come she's only giving us 6 weeks? How long has she been with us?
Gian, he's been with us, I think almost a year, was it, Enzo? It's almost a year, more than a year, or almost, yeah.
Almost.
So why is that the case for the Philippines? Less than a year, you only have to give 1 week's notice?
No, it's usually 2 weeks, but I haven't talked to them yet, and I want to ask them if possible, like why is the leave date so why is the notice very late, but I haven't been able to speak with them yet.
When you say them, who's them?
The people who are leaving.
Okay, guys, let's just stick to Gian for the moment. Okay, Gian gave us a resignation on what date?
Friday.
Is he allowed to leave as per his contract on Wednesday?
Should be giving 2 weeks notice.
Correct.
It should be 2 weeks notice.
So can we reach out to him quickly and ask him why it's not 2 weeks notice?
I already asked him about that, and he said that he was going to have his first day on the 1st of October.
Yeah, but surely he's got to stick to his contract and start after 2 weeks with us. Yeah. So did you say no? He's got to see out his contract?
He said he would be still make himself available to support the team for the second week, but I'm not pretty confident that he would be there 100%.
Okay, well then surely who's in charge? Beverly Tarosa, eh? Trozona.
Arizona.
She should be advising us whether or not we need to keep him, or whether or not she can get away without him. It's her advice, surely. He works for her. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, we have to find that out today, mate. When is Cian? When is Cian moving? When does Cian leave?
Cian already left, so she's not with us anymore.
Okay, and when is Daniela Basilan moving? Ella?
Daniela's last day would be on the 30th as well. Same
Did
time
she give
as.
Did she give us 2 weeks?
Yes,
I think she
she's
did.
on her second week. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So our biggest question we're going to ask ourselves is Guion and Mores, and you've highlighted those because you want to. Why? Yeah, because you want to replace them.
No, I highlighted them because they're leaving.
Okay. 1 second. Let me answer the gentleman's. Yes. Hello, mate. Are you done? Well, thank you very much. Have a look at that tap and take a picture if you think. It's a slow job. Thank you, my mate. Well done. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you're highlighting them because they're leaving. Okay, thanks for that. Cool. And now you want to ask is, are we replacing?
I don't want to ask a yes or because we need to replace. I think we need to replace the guest managers. That's why that's a job description we sent you. Of course, I understand that there's no label for Nova rooms yet because we haven't received any of the marketing packages yet for the labeling and for the headers and footers or anything like that. We haven't received anything, so you won't get that for now.
Okay, wait. Okay,
but for
okay.
GN,
Hold on. You're running away. Hold on. We don't have a header and footer yet either. Okay,
Yeah.
You know what everyone's working on. No problem. I will get a header and footer done ASAP. All right. I will reach out to my. You're right. I don't quite know who I'll reach out to.
Benji.
No, Benji doesn't work for us anymore.
I thought he's back. Someone said he's back.
No, Benji is not back. I haven't heard. Until someone tells me he's back, he's not back. I know that Alex has reached out to him for something, but I haven't heard a word. Unless, of course, Enzo, you know different.
Maybe he's back for GPWN?
But I don't believe so. And right now, he is not back in our world. And not in my world. So right now, sorry, the only person that's hiring people is this team in front of me. Okay, HR, Enzo, ES, Chief of Staff, and Travers. So right now, I don't believe he's back. If he is back, great. But right now, I don't believe he is. So, I'm sorry. I work with so many people who normally is quite sharp on that type of thing. Can we give that to Axel to quickly put together a page for us, a footer and a header? Do you think?
Axel is a web developer.
Again, yeah, sorry, you misunderstand me, hey? I asked you with a massive smile on my face. If you can't, I've got no problem. I'm only asking. No problem. I will take it up with my own resources. All good in the hood. Okay, so
I want to ask: is this logo? Are we going with this like as a final thing? It's not a draft thing.
No, it's final.
It's final. Are we sure about that? If we are, then we can do something so that you don't have to go somewhere else.
Enzo is laughing at me because he saw me drop my head in dismay. This is it. You asked me twice. I promise you. This is it. Okay. So I'm going to create.
All right. Then we can do something, and then so you don't have to go somewhere else.
Who's we?
Enzo and myself.
No, you. Yeah. Are far too busy a person to be now worried about this. I have got a utilities program we've got to finish like quickly, so it can't be you. Enzo, will you work with me on this, and you and I will work out how to do it together? Okay.
I also tried to ask Axel if he knows a thing or two about creating letterheads.
Oh God, it's so easy. I just need time. I could do it. You know what I mean? I guarantee I'll do it, and then we'll give it a bit of a tweak later. But it's not a difficult thing. It's the logo. There's a bit of a footer at the bottom that it's not a difficult thing to do. I promise you. But don't worry, you and I, because you are not what I consider to be in charge of revenue and massive cost program. Ia is the queen of that. So let's not slow her down. We need her all over it. So you and I will talk about it. We'll come up with a plan regardless. Okay. Cool. So those three are leaving. So as far as I'm concerned here, so we're going to make a new note there, Enzo, against Daniela and against Selena, we're going to be replacing. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So under responsibility. Anyway, just make a note so we all know what you're talking about. Okay. Right. Well done. We are going to be replacing. So you and I, you haven't seen any of the highlighted changes here that I asked for in the agreement, did you? In the job description? Hey, no, not yet.
No, I saw it.
Oh, well done. So just little highlights that I just want Kath to finalize and so back. It's very basic. It's a one-pager. I mean, you know, it's not difficult to argue. No problem. So Kath must just push it back and say that's how I believe it. We have a one more round of a question if there's a question to be asked. I will probably phone her with you, Enzo, and say, Kath, are we talking the right language of our business going forward with regards to how we talk to people, the communication of English skill sets, you know, all those type of things. So we really and truly know that we're giving these people the best service. But Enzo, I'll tidy that up with you and Kath, and then you and Kath can feed back into Ia as chief of staff. Okay. Cool. But the idea is to replace Beverly Trezona. I'm going to be honest with you. I need to talk to Beverly Trezona and I need to talk to Paresh. There's some responsibilities of the finance are going to be sitting at Onyx, and we just need to tidy up the responsibilities. There's a meeting that's been set out. I have it in my diary that needs to be done. There's some notes to be sent pre that meeting. I will send that mail out to Beverly, and I'll CC you here, of course. But that meeting is going to be set up shortly, just with regards to who is doing what, and then we'll know whether we're hiring one person or two persons for Birmingham. Is that okay?
Birmingham?
Well, I mean for Nova Rooms, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'll come back to you shortly on that. We're definitely going to hire someone, but it's whether we hire one or whether we hire two. Okay.
Is it the accounts team?
And the accounts team, correct? Sorry, we've moved on. We've finished with guest management. We're going to, Enzo and ourselves are going to talk a bit about some last little details with Kath and then update you. I then went to accounts and I said, on the accounts team, we just need to finalize the final responsibilities between Beverly and her accounts team and the Onyx team. Once we know exactly who's doing what, we're then going to know, are we hiring one person or we're hiring two persons for the accounts team in BH?
Can we return to the guest management first? Because I have other issues. So I just put here for replacement, so two other people. But I want to highlight the like quite a different issue, but quite related. Is I want to know how many hours are we really opening our lines for calls, our communication lines in OTA? What are the other guest manager responsibilities that we're putting in? And then the hours. Because if this is your team, just 5 guest manager and Kat, because Kat's role is different. She doesn't man the phones. She's there to supervise, right? We only have 5 people for 24-hour rotation. It is impossible if we're working 24/7. So we need to understand. I need word from you. What is the last what is the limit for the calls? And also, is there a different schedule for the weekend? What's going to be our protocol for all these things? These are the things that we skipped while we were doing while we were moving to Guesty, because at that time we just need to launch it. But now we can settle these things, because that will decide how many people we actually need for guest management.
Yeah,
Because if we are going 24/7, we probably need more. If it's like 10 p.m., and what other roles do you want a guest management system for the evening? Who's just going to be there to, watch CCTV alongside doing other guest manager thing, doing the admin for the rest of the guest management team? Those are like other questions that I want to discuss in this meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
That didn't know you were going to bring that up. I am not aware of. I don't have an answer for you. I need to therefore
Probably consult with the
I
team.
need to sit. No, not with the team. I need to sit with Kath to find out how she envisages this business to be running going forward, and to advise us as to what times she thinks we should be closing or could be closing on the current team, and then to ask the relevant questions between ourselves. What time do we want to be giving service to? What are our competitors doing? So I need to have a sit-down strategy with Kath for a couple of hours to be able to answer that phone call, which obviously we just quite haven't done. Yeah.
Okay. So
But
what
you
my
know that
takeaway is, mhm.
you can, but you do know that we can start getting that JD out there for the moment, which
Yeah,
will allow us to at least,
absolutely.
start interviewing or understanding what's available while we work that strategy out. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely need to replace Daniela and Shen. Ella and Shen needs to be replaced. But then, that other strategy meeting needs to happen, because in the meeting earlier with Vince, it came up that we are putting a security system and stuff like that. And um that might mean more work for the guest management services. That might not mean anything. I just want to understand how we're looking at, because that would also help us build our pipeline for hiring, for recruitment.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot. We're
Yeah.
quite
Remember.
interconnected. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Remember, some of those decisions only got made yesterday, so we haven't really
Yeah.
had time to sit down with them. But I think the word security system is not the right word that Vince is using, and that's why I've said to Vince before, we've got to make sure we keep a very clear pipeline of how we do this. What we don't want to do is have too many people telling different things, but quite simply, what we're doing, and I'm talking to everybody at 4 o'clock today in the call, we're upgrading our access control. We're taking away the ability of fobs and everything else, and we're putting in what they call a pin system that we will then be able to generate new pins for every new guest. Now, agreed, that could possibly take up more work. It's going to be one or two more controls. Absolutely agree with you 100% here. I need to then sit with Kath as part of the 4 o'clock call, to sit with Kath to say what security measures we are changing. And I've got two to update everybody on, and that's Molam Street as well. How are we going to do that? We'll get also some of the lockboxes controls is not working either, that Kath's already taking strain on. So you're right. I need to sit with Kath now and go through how we're looking at it, what time we should be closing, and take her advice on it, and then sit down with the rest of the team and say, this is how we probably should be doing it. What do you think?
Yes. At the same time, we need to understand with this the small amount of people. Based on what I can see, because I read the ClickUp entries for complaints. um and at the same time, I read our stats in terms of replies. We're very slow. I'm wondering, and I'm guessing it's because there's only technically one guest manager on at any given time, which means that guest manager, if they're in a call, they can't be replying to OTAs all at the same time. They can't be like replying to the emails of any of the
Yeah.
bookers. Yeah, so one of the talking points with Kat is to ask her how many guest managers she needs on the floor at any given time. So that would be different in the morning, different in the mid shift, and different in the evening. So those talking points would probably need to exist, because um 4 hours for a reply on Airbnb is too long for a guest asking, for a lock code or a Wi-Fi code.
Oh no, it is far too long. Okay, so I'll tell you what you do. Once I've got this contract thing in handle, I'll sit with Kath and we'll just get a good idea about what we're doing. Because I mean, we've got to understand that we're going to be getting another site, not necessarily that far away. And how do we plan for that? So that's agreed. Okay. I will, yeah, I mean, that's great questions. And I think that's a meeting that needs to be had. Look, to be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, the guest relation teams are the tip of the spear. They're the most important, we effectively all work for them. So I appreciate they've got to be the best possible team that we've got. So look, we know that we've got 2 minimum to replace. Let's sit down with Kath and work out a strategy. Look, I've been asking for a while now for like a morning report, and no one really, I haven't really been able to push it hard, i.e. understanding of every complaint per site so we know where our real challenges are.
It's in ClickUp. I can because we try to schedule like a meeting with that, because you can see it in a dashboard in ClickUp, and it would just tell you what's the normal complaint in any location that you want, and we can just prepare that for you. So we definitely need to have that ClickUp discussion, because that would you would not need a morning report from anyone. You could just look it there and you'd see 55% of yesterday's complaints are hot water. So you could see those.
Hot water at Abby.
No, I'm just giving a random example, but yes.
Fine.
Yes, I'll be
Okay. Okay. Who's the best to train me on ClickUp?
It would be me.
Can I ask why?
Because every system that we have in the company, I build, and when we have to move to ClickUp, I built our ClickUp.
No, I know that, but tomorrow morning we're about to go deep into utilities. Who's the next best after you?
If anyone did their own research, then I don't know how deep they went into ClickUp, because I just built the system and then here's your system. Have fun.
Okay.
If you have issues, ask me, because if they did their research, then you'll find someone.
I'll find the right time. I'll find the time the next 24 hours to sit with you on ClickUp. Okay.
All right.
No, that's a good idea. I like that. That's good thinking, by the way, on that guest management. Yeah, cool. What else do you want to bring up?
That slides to my next point when you said that the guest management team is very important. And this is a super important point that I've been trying to push for a few years now, but hasn't been given attention to. And that is to raise the salary of our guest management team. Currently, the guest management team is being paid the same wage that they've been paid in 2020. And I've tried to put increases. I've created a program so that they can earn a little bit more, so they're motivated. But we are below market right now in terms of the average for guest management in literally any other client guest services thing that I know works out there.
Okay, so I've got an answer for you. I've got a couple of answers for you. Firstly, Enzo, what is the market rate for a guest manager?
Currently the average starting rate for a guest manager or a client or customer facing person would be at $4 to $4.5. So right now what we have is $3.
Okay, now wait. This is what people do to me all the time. So just answer my one question. Yeah. What is market rate right now for a guest relations manager? Market rate.
$4 per hour.
Yeah. $4 per hour. Thanks. What are we paying?
$3.
Yeah, so we're paying $3. Cool. Can I ask, if you say $4, who's paying $4? Can you give me an example of anyone out of interest sake? Now, by the way, I love stats, With stats, prove a point. Every time you give good stats, nobody can really argue with you, can they? It's all golden. So give it to me in stats. Who? Who's earning for? Give me the name of a company out of interest. Do you know? If I had to go research it, who would I research right now?
You can sit in like the coaching call that I do for GPWN, and you can ask the people there, and they would say it's 450. But let me find it for you so you could see.
So let me tell you. So I'm now talking to chief of staff, and I'm talking to the person in charge of HR manager. I categorically, are you recording this call?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Good. So I'll say quite categorically, I have no problem paying people more money.
Mm-hmm.
It's got nothing to do with it. That's easy. But I can't do anything without stats, and I can't do anything without data, and I can't do anything without some form of information. So as much as what you're telling me over the phone, over the Teams call, I get you. I got it 100%. I've got no problem with it. The same stage, I just need someone to sit with me and say, Trav, I want to talk to you about base salaries. This is what currently is in the market. This is what they're paying. This is who they are. This is where we stand. I'll say, fine. What are the roles and responsibilities? Does their JD match our JD? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Their JD is weak. Ours is strong. I said, thank you very much. Those are the type of questions I ask. I have no problem paying people more money if it's due. No problem. I mean, not being paid an extra salary from 2020 doesn't sound right. Something's not right. What is that? So come to me, give it to me in a very simple brief. And Ia, you've come to know me by now. I will fight anyone for anything for my team. I have no problem with it. Just give me the right stats and I can do anything. Okay. Cool.
One stat that you might be interested in is the people that are leaving us for companies that pay better for the same exact job.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But that's part of the stats.
That's literally why they're leaving.
That's part of the stats.
All these 3 people.
But that's part of this. No. That's not 100% true either. Let's bring that back slightly. They're leaving for 2 reasons. Remember why people leave, eh? Most people leave because of uncomfortableness with regards to their current working environment. When they go and look, they'll find people generally with more money. So there's often 2 reasons why people leave. It's not just one. Hold on 1 second. Vince, I'm just on an HR call with the team. Important. Do you need me? Is it important? Hold on a second. Yeah, Vince desperately needs an original contract, Molam Street, an original one that he can do some work on. An original.
Does he need
for Molam Street?
Does he need the one that we made editable before, or does he need an actual new one? Like similar to the one for SPV to LCO something.
Okay, so he needs the old one because for Molam Street, because Kevin's gone and inquired why we removed clause 4.3. Vince doesn't know what 4.3 is, so he just needs the old Molam contract so he can go see to understand what is 4.3. Okay. Cheers. Bye.
4.3.
Don't worry about it. Just send him the contract. He'll read it up.
Which contract? I'm so sorry. Which contract do you want me to send? We have a ton.
He needs the original landlord contract for Molam.
The original one. All right.
Cool. So to get back to the point I'm trying to make, when people leave for 1 or 2 reasons. Do they end up leaving because they get more? Of course, because then they wouldn't leave. But the reasoning is they're unhappy, which makes them want to leave. I just want to stress that to you, okay? Around the world, it doesn't matter how it works. It doesn't matter which country. And when they start being unhappy or uncertain about their job, or they're not getting paid, or sojo blah, I can give you 1,000 reasons. Generally, they'll always go regardless for more money. They'll never leave for less. What we want to do is to know why they're leaving. Now we know why they're leaving. They're leaving because uncertainty of the business. I get it. I can't change that. But never forget, they'll never leave for less. They'll always leave for more. Okay. But
Can I just say, I get your point, but I want to combat it. Okay. Because no matter how uncertain a company is, if I'm being paid a good enough amount that is competitive, I think twice about leaving, because there is security in staying the same company for a while, and some of these people have stayed with us for a while. It is still a factor. It is not the only factor, but it's still a massive factor.
Got it. We're talking the same thing. There are 2 or 3 reasons why people go. So we both listed them all. I've got no problem with that. Are those 3 people leaving and getting more money? Got it. Let's figure out why they're leaving. God, we know that why. Okay. We figure out job security. Got that too. So we both all talking the same language. Got it. Okay.
All right.
Fine. But if you want me to make an effective change, give me the stats, give me some data, give me some credibility that I can go, right, let's make that change. Ian won't mind. Vince won't mind. We won't talk to anybody else about it. We know what we want to do. Just give me some data. Okay.
All right. So here's the data that you might want.
I don't. Don't give it to me verbally. Don't. No. You must go back to your
No,
screen, please.
I'll post it here.
No. Not the way I work. When it comes to HR, I follow very strict rules. I love doing things properly. Send me a mail. Enzo, you're in HR. Send me the mail to say, Trav, within the guest management team only, not the paralegals, whatever. This is what we're earning. This is what the market is paying. This is who the market is. This is what we believe we should be paying. The job descriptions that I've got copies of are very of a similar nature. Can we have a discussion? Bang on. I've got it. But don't send it to me on an email, because I'm not going to make a decision on the spot yet. It's impossible. Is that okay?
Okay.
Guys, we've just started a brand new business that's 3 days old. It's 4 days old. Wait, what's the date? 24th. We started on the 13th. So it's 9 days old, minus the weekend. You know what I mean? We can't do things on the fly, because that's how we make mistakes. Yeah, you know that. So let's put it down formally. Let's work out what we've got to do. I've got no problem. No problem. Is that okay? Can I ask, sorry, on this call here, I want to make sure I manage an expectation here. Yeah, this is for you. This question is for you. Are you expecting, and I'm happy if you say yes, and I'm happy if you say no, so therefore I don't really mind the answer. I just want to know what your expectation is. On this discussion, will you expect me to be able to make a decision to pay people more money on this call? Or are you just trying to give me some form of heads up that it's coming? Which one is it?
It's a heads up.
Oh.
I would say that I was hoping that we would reward the people who were staying with us, and I'm hoping that, of course, we will finally recognize that the guest management team that you said is the most important part of the team is currently underpaid.
Fine, but I can't make a call like that on a call like this. Give me the data. Give me the data.
Yeah, I'm not expecting you to make a call.
Fine.
I'm expecting you to recognize, and then at the same time giving you a heads up that if later, if people are to say something, I'm not sure if people will say anything, right? It's in the future, but this might be a point that people would make. If people are honest and you ask them, you talk about the security of the company, you talk about the plans, people are honest, they would be asking, if all of this is in place, why aren't you paying us properly?
Fine. How much money did you make in the last 9 days?
I haven't checked the payouts yet.
How much money do I need in the last 9 days?
Again, I haven't checked that yet as well.
Okay, so that's a data and a stat. That is a very important data and stat, because now we want to pay people more money on the premise that we haven't made the money yet. So if there's a means for us to be able to pay people more money, which again, no problem, as long as the data speaks the right language, no problem doing it. At the same stage, and you're a business person, yeah, I've also got to understand what's coming in. How much money is coming in from contracts? 192,000. Got it. How much money is coming in from the expected revenue of blah, blah? Got it. We have changed our revenue pricing on all of our things, dynamic pricing, and brought them lower so we can increase our occupancy to get some form of cash flow. Because why? We're a brand new business. We're 13 days old. Again, recognizing guest relations, I've got no problem. But I would like to sit and meet with every person first to say, guys, What does guest relations mean to you, Jessica Lowe and Nell? And how does it work? And what are we going to do when people call in to say, well, Travis, all we deal with complaints. Well, what complaints are there? Wi-Fi. Okay, well, I've sorted that out. Do you know what I'm saying? So you just got to give us a chance to be able to recognize how the business is going to run.
Okay.
How do we pay people? Do we pay people on time? Massive issue. How do we get all those things sorted out so at the basis of the business, people can see that they've got a future with us? Right, now let's go. What are we going to do now about making sure we can pay people the right amount of money? Trav, if I need to do that, I need you to increase your sales revenue by £10,000 a month. I said, okay, fine. I can do that. Good. Then we can pay people more money. So can you understand? 13 days old, we're just trying to get ourselves into a rhythm that we know that we, that makes sense?
I 100% understand, Trav. I want to quit.
You want to quick.
I want to quit.
Who does?
I want to quit.
Why?
Because I just don't feel like I'm heard.
But yeah, wait a moment. And I'm so glad.
And I feel like this is, I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm tired. I want to quit. I will submit my resignation. If that's what, because I feel like the team that we have right now, we're gonna lose them. Okay, we're gonna lose them. I'm so tired, Trav. I'm so tired.
I get you. We're also shattered. I hopped 4 this morning. I started. The last thing you want to do is resign.
It's not a competition. I don't need to hear. Whenever you say, whenever I tell you that this is difficult, I don't want to say I also have difficulty. Yes, I know, right?
I know that, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is not the right time to suddenly put our hands up to say, do we want to quit? Because we are
I know.
We are about to take the most magnificent step. We have paid £200,000 into this business to make it work. We are damn well committed to doing it, and you are at the heart of it. You quitting doesn't help anyone. You quitting doesn't help the team.
But it helps. I think it would help me because I don't want to be.
But yeah, I can't help the team until you guide me. And I'm only asking you for a bit of data so I can make a right decision.
I will give you all the data that you need. No problem. It's just that I don't know. I just want a more supportive team lead.
But is that me?
I just want, I want a little bit more support, a little less argument.
I'm not arguing with Sunshine. I'm just making sure we're stating together. You want something. So I want to give it. Give me something to be allowing me to give it. That's all.
Of course, those are coming. Okay. I just can't do that right now. And, this meeting, I just wanted to be a heads up. You saying that you need this data 100%, no problem. That's going to happen, okay? So we're going to give you all the things that you need. You don't need to be condescending about it because we understand how things work. I know we don't have cash right now. I know. And
it's not about that. Yeah, it's not about that. And I'm definitely not being condescending. That's why I asked you, what is your expectation? When you said, Travis, you've got to pay more. I said, how? If you tell me what I need, I'll make a decision.
No, that's not my expectation. My expectation, I told you that my expectation for this meeting is literally I just want to give you a heads up for the meeting for later. I want you to understand that this is what we're facing right now. And if there are going to be more happenings in the future, these are the challenges that, we will be having. Those are the expectations. I was hoping, it was a hope, okay? Not an expectation that, that you could give us at least a positive, that things would be, things would change for the guest management team.
Well, not just for the guest management team, for everyone. I would definitely make changes for the guest management team. You asked a great question. I say replace. You then said to me, Travis, but what about all these other things? I said, no, you're so right. Okay, I better get Kath involved. I am going to reach every single one of your expectations here. Everyone. I promise you there's no doubt in my mind. Enzo's asked for more leave, for sick leave. Okay? Enzo, am I right? I'm giving it. I didn't want to tell anyone. It's going to be a bit of a surprise, so don't tell anyone. But we don't know enough yet about Philippines contractual terms and all that. I need to rely on you. We haven't got to it yet. I'm going to say, well, fine. Let's add on some extra sick leave days to make sure that everyone knows we want to make change. We want to talk to you about giving your birthdays off. We want to talk about giving benefits on birthdays and try and make people feel better. That's all in the works of coming through on the contracts. Or I'm just going to give the same contract back and say, can I have 3 months? Here, we are committed 110% to staffing. 110%. I cannot tell you that enough. And you, in particular, here, have 150% of our support. We are nothing without you. And the team are nothing without you. I know that. I promise. I promise. All I'm going to do today, and by the way, thank you, because you've just given me the heads up to say, I don't mind. Say, guys, anything that you'd like to talk about there. Most of them are going to turn around and say, well, thank you for telling us and guiding us to information. I'll say, well, thank you very much. I need to talk to Kath about her team, and you about your managers, and Enzo, you about, well, I don't know, you've probably got a whole list of people within that mix. But we need to sit down to have that, what do you call it, the town hall meeting with everyone, and this is what we can do today. But we just got to give ourselves a chance. That's what I'm saying. And we're getting there.
I don't know.
What?
I want to quit.
Oh, don't be silly. You're too good to quit now. We're on the verge of.
I'm so tired.
I know you're tired. I know you're tired. But remember, we're having this call because we just want to make sure that we're all aligned and we make sure that we're always taking steps forward. You know, sometimes you take 3 steps forward and we go 2 back. And then we take 2 steps forward and 2 back. But the bottom line is we're taking steps forward. I mean, we can blame many people while we're in this situation. We're not. We're just going to work out what it is that we're doing from 13 days ago to go forward. Anyway, the point is that you're asking me, Travers, are you asking me about the Guesty team? I've acknowledged on record the Guesty team are the most important team. We all work for the guest managers. Yeah. Should they get paid more? I have no problem paying more. Enzo, give me some data so I can pay them more. No problem.
I just don't want to lose more people.
No, we don't want to lose more people. So let's make sure that we tell them today where the business stands. They don't know enough. I mean, they don't. Do they know about all the fantastic stuff we've done on site? They don't. So let's tell them today.
We don't have time to tell them.
Okay, so then let's maybe change that to say, let's have from now on, take, your operations meeting you have every Monday. Let's take half an hour out of that to tell people what we're doing every week. Great. And tell them. And sometimes you've got to tell them the bad news, whatever it may be. And the bad news sometimes actually becomes good news. Great. Let's do that. Can we have a half hour once a week?
You can do whatever you want.
No, what do you want? Don't you? You just said, let's give them half an hour. Let's plan it. What do you think? You think it's a good idea?
I don't think I'll be here next week.
Oh, come on, yeah. Don't be silly, man. Please don't. You're too good for that.
I just want something to change in the way we run, in the way we try to help our staff.
Yeah, we've just got your team. We don't even know half of your team. We don't even know how to give good yet.
Yeah, these are steps that we need to take, and I hope we take them, because what I can hear is just more promises.
Oh, yeah. I beg you, surely you can see by now that we're men of action and a team of action. We haven't said no to anyone. We've only but tried our best. The team here, the Green Zest team here, I mean, I can't express to you enough how important it is to Ian and to Vince about how to treat people well. It's their number one thing as shareholders. Number one. I can't express that enough to you. You're welcome to give Ian a call after that and say, how do you treat people? If he doesn't get trust and not trust, if he doesn't get transparency and trust with his team, then he doesn't know what to do with himself. It's the most important thing in this world is people. Right now, you're just making sure he's raising enough money that we can pay people and do people well. That's what he's doing. You've got to give us a chance, man. It's been 13 days. Please, man, just trust us. Just trust us. Enzo, so add to all the contracts, okay? So we're going to add another 6 days because we don't quite know how contracts work. We don't in the Philippines, okay? But we want to add another 6 days of sick leave to the current contracts so that when they do have sick leave, it doesn't come out of their annual leave, okay? Okay, so add the sick for the moment. I'm putting my hand up.
Okay.
I don't know how it works there. In the UK, if you're a contractor and you're sick, you don't get paid. You're telling me now people are supposed to have 12 days sick and 12 days contract. Am I right? We don't know. So just make it 6 for the moment, 6 for the moment, please, so we can show that we've got intent, but we don't know yet. So start with 6, please. Okay. Right.
And that will take effect immediately.
Yeah, it starts with the new contracts come out at the end of this week for October, and then what we'll do is we're going to review all the contracts with salaries and all that type of story during the months of October, November, December. We'll be having a review with every single person to understand their role. We're going to judge their role against the job description. Okay. We're going to take your advice by saying 3,000 versus 4.5. What are we going to do about it? You know what I mean? That's what October, November. That's the first 3 months of taking over any business. Okay. We'll document those meetings into regular so you know they're happening and everybody will be well aware. And by the way, I'm not just talking about the guest management team. I'm talking every single person there, the 22 minus a couple of lines. That's who we're going to be talking about. Okay. Okay. So we are men of action. I've given you my word, and that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Do we need a paralegal?
No, we don't. She's useless.
Exactly. And I support you on that. So let's let the paralegal go. And now do we then replace with another paralegal or do we replace with somebody who is administratively exceptional? Which one do we do it? Because
and I can do I'll build the items for client services and Enzo can administer them pretty easily. We have a very small team to have an HR manager anyway, and Enzo has proven that he could work with Alex well. Let's just keep him for the admin for client services instead of having a paralegal.
done. See, and I've got no problem with that. I agree with that 100%. So let's action that. So let's relook at the plan. So then again, it comes down to there's the organogram. We say, Trav, that's what it looks like now, and it costs us £10,000. Thanks. That's what's going to look like now. We're going to replace these two, and this is what we want to do. And by the way, Enzo's picking up more responsibility, so he can get more hours. He can get his salary adjusted and all that type of story. And I go, fine, what's he going to be doing that? And I go, thank you very much, Golden. Perfect. I've got no problem with that. Just got to be guarded. Yeah. And by the way, Alex does talk very highly about you, Enzo. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. To be honest with you, I'm going to say it out loud. Without Howell, Kath, Ia, and Enzo, I don't know what we'd be doing. You know what I mean? And that's important to note. We don't deal with guests here. Well, I do now because I phone them on Saturdays and Sundays. So I deal with them over the phone. That's why I know about Nell and Paul, you know. But we don't know about their salary being less than anybody else's until today. So now we know. So now we do something about it. All right, guys. Yes, Enzo.
I think we have to jump on to the other call now.
Okay.
People are waiting.
Cool. All right, guys, listen, we're in management. So we put our best foot forward and we can always go back to this again afterwards. All right. Okay. But just understand something. Our intentions are true. I promise you. God, we'll make a mistake now and again. Don't ever run away from that. But one thing we'll never do is lie, and one thing we'll never do is come through on a decision that we make. Okay, I can promise you that much. It doesn't happen. I'm too old and too ugly to make a mistake like that, I promise. All right. Miss Hippolito,
Yes.
Siendo verde.
you are the most important person in our world. Okay, don't doubt it. I rely on you. Just guide me sometimes. We can only do one thing at a time, though. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Well, we're not. We're doing 5 things at a time, but you know what I mean. All right. Okay. Okay.
See you in the next meeting.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.